Hello everyone, my name is Omon and you're watching Omon's Couch. Please keep watching. Welcome to Omon's Couch. My guest today is an inspiration. She's unassuming, yet a striker in the business world. Her corporate background is in finance and in marketing. She has over 20 years experience as a businesswoman. Wow, 2 decades. She owns a cleaning service which is renowned for keeping some of the biggest corporate offices in Lagos clean. She is no other person than Bisola Runsewe, founder and CEO of SqueakyClean Services. Thank you so much for coming, Bisola.
Thank you so much, Omon. Thanks for inviting me.
You're looking so good.
You are looking stunning as well.
Thank you. So Bisola, I've known you for a long time and I know you've been running your business for 20 years this year and you'll be celebrating your 20th anniversary by March. And that's a long journey to be in the cleaning business. And I'm sure a lot of our viewers who are ready to or start this kind of business, or who are already there but have just started, would like to know what kind of things did you do to get to where you are today, from when you started to where you currently are, and more importantly, why cleaning business? Why did you start cleaning? Why did you think of cleaning Nigeria? Because Nigeria needs to be clean, and I'm sure you know that.
Yeah, Nigeria still needs to be clean. There's a lot to be done. Yeah, why cleaning? Why cleaning? Yeah, that's the question I asked myself. Why cleaning? But I guess it was just, I didn't go to university to study cleaning. I studied food science and technology. And I graduated in 1991. And then I found myself in the corporate world. And then from there, I set up a boutique. I had a boutique. I was selling ladies' wears, designing them in Milan and sending them to China to produce. But it wasn't fulfilling. I did that for a couple of years. It wasn't fulfilling. And I was a bit down. I remember there was a particular trip to design and bring in some stuff, and I was not happy. I brought down back every penny I took down. And I thought, my husband knew that there's something wrong with you.
You're not feeling
that
fulfilled.
I wasn't feeling fulfilled. Yeah. And then he told me about a course at Lagos Business School, developing and managing
a business. Okay.
A new venture. So I went in for it. And it was just a 2-week course. There were moderators like Patutomi. I don't know, you know Patutomi?
Yes, of course, yes.
There was Patutomi. Quite a number of them, I can't remember the names now, but it was quite fulfilling. That was a turning point for me. What they did was just a course to expose you to the new business ventures and industry in the economy and the kind of money you can make and who are the players and how to run a business. And at the end of the day, the various new industries were outlined. And I just saw cleaning. Cleaning. People make money. I love to clean. I've always loved to clean anyway, but you can only make money in cleaning. But money cleaning is actually part of facility management. But I could identify with it, and that was the one that just struck. And then but we also taught how to go and do your research. Who are the players? What kind of money do you make into cleaning? How do you clean professionally? And so I just took it, embraced it, did my research, found out the players, and then I found out I have to do it a bit different.
Different, yes.
So I discovered a school in Surrey called ProChem. I went to learn how to do cleaning.
So you traveled out of the country?
Yes, I traveled out of the country
to learn more.
To learn more how to do professional cleaning and what does it entails, what are the different parts, what do you clean, how do you clean it and all of that, and how do you make a difference in the industry. I came back in after doing the course for a couple of months in March 2003. I was ready, and then SqueakyClean was incorporated with 10 cleaners, and then we started the journey. But 20 years next month, we are about 1,600 cleaners, workers. So I'm grateful. It's been a very interesting journey.
So throughout that journey, can you tell us the major challenges that you actually had across? 20 years, there must have been a lot of hurdles that you had to scale over.
Most definitely. Economy.
Oh, yes. We're still in that.
The stumbling blocks.
Yes.
But I think it was more of people's management. The level of people that we have to use. And then I think Another issue is people do not appreciate cleaning. So they
wonder why you have to pay for
cleaning. So the remuneration is not quite motivating for the cleaners. And then you're also dealing with people who, from their background or where they're coming from, it's filth, dirt.
Yes.
And you want them to make something
somewhere else clean. They don't know.
They don't know.
You can't give what you don't have.
You're dealing with that. But above all, there's nothing that is impossible. Yes, you know the challenges, they were there. Despite the challenges, you just have to look for a way to counter it and come out of it.
Personal challenge, because of the kind of line of business you had to go into, which is cleaning, the level of understanding, and most of them had not even graduates. I mean, they maybe semi-literate.
Yes, most of them are school leavers. So you find some OND.
So how did you bridge the gap for them to be able to get to at least some level in your standard to be able to serve corporate clients like we know you already serve?
First of all, anybody can clean. So what do? You train them and show them guidelines on how to do it and do it properly. Another thing about cleaning is supervision. So you just need, because these are people that they leave all of that clean environment and they go back to where they're coming from, and then with their challenges and all that, they come back again. So you need to have good supervision, good coordination. You have to coordinate them. You have to manage them. That's another thing. You have to manage their psyche, supervisory. So I think it's more of training and supervision and coordination that really helps.
And with that,
they can do it. Anybody can scale through.
So were there other challenges apart from personal issues, especially in the climate of Nigeria today?
What I think, I don't know about your industry, but my industry, you run the service first and then the clients pay after. So
same thing here.
So you have clients that pay out of pocket. 30 days, 90 days,
I know.
180. So you're more or less,
using your money to fund the business.
Yes. And then you have to pay cleaners immediately.
Exactly.
At the end of
every month.
You have to buy the cleaning materials. At the end of the month, people in the market are not going to wait for. So you're more or less running a credit service for your client. That's another huge challenge. So what it does is you have to keep retaining your earnings and retaining your money, because you can borrow.
Capital.
You have to build capital, cash flow. Because
for viewers who are listening to us today, especially the young ladies who want to start up this business, who may not have any means of capital, maybe all they have is just a few cleaners and they just want to venture out and start the business. How would you advise them? How would they get some kind of capital? I mean, no matter how small, at least to start off, to be able to pay the cleaners, knowing fully well that if you're starting the business, those clients will still not pay you till the end of the month, at least 30-day cycle or 60-day cycle. So how can they, because this program is really geared towards making sure that things are possible. They can hear that things are possible. So what steps can they actually take?
Yeah. Well, remember I started with 10 cleaners.
Okay,
and then we started doing. I think in my own understanding of what I've seen, it's a business that you can't go and borrow money and start running this business. Okay. I think, Jeff, you can have it. The entry level is not so much to start a cleaning business. Maybe now, then we could start with about $1 million. I guess now, maybe 2-3 million to buy the equipment, to set up. But the problem is the offices. But some people can start from home. You can always look for a way to start. But most importantly is that you have to ensure that you just grow and retain your earnings. That's 1. 2, manage all these clients when it comes to collection of funds and all of that.
Yes.
It is where I would not advise to borrow, but I think that many NGOs, they are like SON, there are different organizations that actually support women especially, and they can get grants, they can get,
okay.
yes, so they can, and that helps. But most important, you have to learn how to manage the funds.
From the beginning.
Yeah, from the beginning. You have to learn to manage the funds. You can't because at the end of the month, you have to pay the cleaners and you have to buy the cleaning materials. And then most of the clients, the big clients, is 90 days repayment. So, but that doesn't mean it's not doable. It's done. Don't forget that cleaning our services, there's the janitorial one, which is the provision of cleaners for offices, but you have the one-off service as well, where you clean for post-construction companies, called post-construction cleaning. So they are one-off services. Those ones, of course, you collect 60% before you do that upfront. Yes. And that's what you do to maintain your cash flow. And so with all of that, then you can manage because you also need the adverts really comes from the big clients. So you need the big clients.
The referrals.
But with the big clients, you need to have funds. You need to have cash flow to manage them. Yeah.
So what I'm hearing clearly is that if you choose to be in this business, you must be mindful of managing your funds from the beginning. And of course, have a proper accounting system to manage that process.
Housekeeping,
because bookkeeping is very critical.
Oh, no, yes. Definitely.
If not, it will make or mar the business in a very short time.
It will.
And looking at all that and looking at where you are today, 20 years down the line, what next? What do you see SqueakyClean becoming? How do you plan to run the company in the next 5 years, 10 years after your 20th anniversary? So what next?
What next? I've been the CEO for 20 years. Okay. Will you see me? You could imagine me the CEO another 20 years?
I don't think so.
That won't be wise anyway.
No, I don't think so.
That won't be wise. Yeah. But just to say that cleaning is actually a part of facility management. It's a sub part of facility management. And so there are other services, areas of facility management that we've started thinking of going into. Just don't want to mention. So there's deep hard services is part of facility management, managing properties for companies and all of that. Soft services is cleaning, is landscaping.
So you're going to do the hard stuff
so
now.
We are looking at going into
those.
You don't have to be the driver. You could do it in partnership. Look for identify companies with similar values when it comes to delivering detailed service, and we could work with them and expand the business. There are options of selling part of the business.
Yes.
So yeah,
so
you're aware.
Yes, you're open to that.
Yeah. Open-minded, but definitely in 20
open
years.
to selling all or selling some shares or anything, as long as it makes sense.
My mind is wide open. Yeah, whatever. But at the same time, I know that the company, the business, in 20 years will still be in existence and will be much
so that obviously you have a continuity plan in place.
Most definitely. Okay. Just that I won't be the driver.
You won't be the driver. Of course, that's viewers who are listening, I'm sure you can hear her. She's been running it for 20 years. She doesn't think she will run it for another 20 years, maybe not even 10 years, because we have to be able to step back after a while. For two reasons. One, the burnout is there and is real, and we have to keep our mental health as well as our physical health together. Then secondly, she may have other interests of investment through the same company. And remember that it's not always good to put all your eggs in one basket when you're running a business. It's good to diversify. I'm also someone personally who believes that too much diversification is also a problem. You have to Exactly. You have to master one before you go to another. And you don't have to have too many all at the same time. So it's something that she's looking at. And of course, any person who has spent this number of years should be thinking of that. A succession plan, a plan for diversity,
yeah, definitely,
and to do other things.
Yeah.
So I think that is really, I'm sure they have heard you. So you start small, you continue to grow, you build income capacity to be able to take care of rainy days and grow the company. So aside from that now, have you been able to balance your family? I know you're married and you have kids. So how was work-life balance for you? Tell me the most challenging times when you're having your kids as well as running the business, because I know a lot of our viewers have that as a problem. And sometimes they feel that those problems are too much and they can't continue to bear it. But I think we are here to say it is possible to do both. So if you have any tips or any guidance on how they can actually get this done,
it's possible to do both, yes.
So how?
but not juggle both.
Yes, to juggle both of them, yes.
Yeah, well, for me, it was pretty tough because now I have a 29-year-old now, 28, and then I have a 22. But 20 years back then, they were quite young, yes. And but I think I had a good support system.
Okay, support system.
Yeah, I had people living with me. And that, good.
Take care of
the kids. And then I've always believed in proximity. So my children's school, everything. My house, everything. I have to make sure I look for a school in the same environment so that
office?
in the office. That has really helped as well. And then and I think Mr. Amshewi actually helped us.
Yes, your husband. So your husband was a support system, definitely. Encouraged you to.
It started from the beginning. It was the one that introduced me to Lagos Business School.
OMP program.
Was the first one, which is developing and managing a business idea.
Okay, so that's
But
different.
he also encouraged me for every step, maybe a couple of years that I feel I said, this woman is teamed up. Then he would just say, go back for another course. So I went back to growing your business, Lagos Business School. Then it got to a point I was having problem with bookkeeping. So I go back to accounting for non-accountants. And then I did that and I did really help to build structure and to grow the business. And it got to a point he said, no, you have to go for owner manager. And that was just the peak of it. The owner manager was an eye-opening. It just took the business to another level. It opened my mind to the importance of structure. Before I was carrying the checkbook, and then by the time I came out of the program, I knew that now people can do, you have to employ people, resources to be able to carry the business. So I think I've been lucky with support system. And then now, they're all gone. The children are out. They're working. We're working. They're both working, and not around me anymore. So it's just to take care of. It's
not time for you to innovate. They have enough time to innovate now.
So I think for women that, young mothers who just get a good support. It's not easy.
It's not easy because some don't really have.
Some don't really have. So I think I'm just lucky and blessed to have people that.
And I think what is critical from what you have said for those young people, and even those not even just starting, but those who have even gotten to mid-level, having a support system, whether it's family, whether it's friends, whether it's cousins, because not everybody has a father and a mother. I have lost both, so I don't have that leisure or advantage. So I think having any type of support system will work. And having the greatest part, especially for a married woman, is if your husband supports you.
Very important.
And it's really, really important. And I know some women may not have that as a luxury. And I think they should also find another way around it. We can't really say what they can do because that's a very personal situation. But they just have to walk around it and let their husband see the value that they bring to the table. And I think with that, they'll be able to go a long way. But there's something very critical in what you were saying all through. Education, education, education. Every step of the way, because of the fact that this is not what you learned in school. And I don't think there's any school now for cleaning that you go to and you graduate as a...
So I should put that in my next plan.
I think I was going to say that why have you not thought of opening a training academy for cleaners? Because it's obvious that cleaning service has come to stay everywhere, both in the corporate as well as in individual homes. So it's something that we need to look at.
There are quite a few. We actually said there are quite a few, but now it would be nice to just give back. Yes, it will be an opportunity to give back, not only but to train people properly. And apart from that, you found out a lot of the cleaning materials we're using now. We don't have to start using the locally. So you have to clean people because of exchange rates. You can't really afford
so cut your costs.
Using products made in Nigeria. Made in Nigeria, and you actually demonstrate how effective they are. And then you promote it.
So that's actually an innovation. So instead of to reduce your cost, you're able to change a lot of your products to Nigerian-made products, and they're very effective.
Oh, very effective. Very, very effective. I quickly say that support, just want to add to it that the support system have been friends, good friends. Omon, you and I, we've come a long way, and you've really, really supported me.
You too.
With ideas.
The day we're going to be doing my own session, I will tell them how you have been my guardian angel amongst everybody, but people don't know that you've been my guardian angel in my business from the start.
You too.
And the guardian angel, I'm telling you, is not. I'm not using the word just for guardian angel's sake. I had to come to terms with the fact that this lady sitting here, Bisola Runsewe, God actually sent her to me to help me at every stage of my business. And it's true words. She comes and tells me, do this. The first time I said, okay, I did this. I saw the outcome. The second time she said, do this. And these are within many years, over a decade. And I did it. By the third time she said, do this. I won't go into the details, but just to let you know that everything she told me to do, at a point I said, no, you are the voice of God for my life. And you're the voice of God for my business. And everything has taken me to every level of my business to where I am today. So another episode, we will definitely be talking about this, but I think it's worthy of note to know that the support system are real. It can also come from friends. And not just for helping you to manage your children and all that, but actually helping you to manage your own business. Because she started way before I actually started. So thank you so much, Bisola, for everything you've done over the years.
Thank you so much.
And of course, I'm still tapping from your head.
Oh, we are
your brain and a wealth of knowledge.
Rubbing minds together.
We'll continue to
all the
do
best.
Well. And thank you. And all the best for the next 20, 30, 40 years to come.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me.
And thanks for coming. Thank you for watching this episode of Omon's Couch. If you would like to see more inspiring content like this, follow me on Facebook and Instagram. The handle is Omon. Also subscribe to my YouTube channel at Omon.